In the book of Isaiah, we read God speaking through the prophet saying, "Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it?" God is speaking to the people of Israel who are in exile in Babylon, but we also believe that God is speaking to us through this scripture throughout the centuries. And we believe that God is guiding us now into a new season of growth and transformation here at First Presbyterian Church of Fort Lauderdale. It was tremendous seeing so many just a few weeks ago at Rally Day and seeing so many of you in worship over the following weeks. People that are excited about and ready to engage in new opportunities for ministry here. And so I want to say, if you're a member or a regular guest giving and or serving to make these ministries possible, thank you. And if you're a member, you will be receiving an estimate of giving card in the mail in the coming days. You also received one in your bulletins this past week in worship, and those will continue to be in our bulletins for the next few weeks. And here at First Pres, the estimate of giving is how we as members of this community of faith prayerfully consider what we will give for the coming year, and it's how we communicate that to our church leaders. In the coming weeks in worship, we're going to hear from different church members who will be sharing some of the reasons that they choose to participate in our estimate of giving. And this week, I also want to direct your attention to the 2024 narrative budget. You can find that here at the church in the back of both of our worship spaces or at the front desk. And the narrative budget seeks to connect the dollars that we contribute to the meaningful outcomes that they enable. It tells a story of how we believe God is calling us to serve as a church in the new year. In fact, you'll also find a link to it in the email or just below if you're on social media. The pastors, staff, and your session want you to prayerfully estimate what God is calling you to give in the coming year. Your estimate of giving will help us to plan and budget effectively as we continue to be a beacon of hope and a source of spiritual nourishment for all who seek God's presence here in our midst. You can complete an estimate of giving on the website, the church app, or by filling out a hard copy and dropping it off in the church plate. This Sunday in worship, our text comes from the Gospel of Matthew, and it challenges us to consider where in our lives we are bearing fruit and where we are not. It also reminds us that we're called to ask the question, God, what kind of fruit are you calling us to bear? I'd encourage you to have a look at Matthew chapter 21, verses 33 through 46 as you prepare for worship. Have a great rest of your week. I look forward to seeing you in worship this Sunday at 9:30, 11, or online. Be well.